Like I mentioned in my last video, there are many legends about Irish werewolves. I mentioned briefly about one of the first werewolves that was said to exist in Ireland, a warrior named Laignech Faeland. Today, I will delve deeper and explore the legend and origins of who the first Irish werewolf really was and see if he really existed or not. Who was this legendary werewolf warrior Laignech Faeland? While researching the accounts about the werewolves of Ossory from my last video, one account from the medieval Irish text, the Cor Anman, stated that Laignech Faeland was said to be a legendary warrior werewolf who was leader of a band of warriors who were said to go wolfing and salvaging local herds that existed during the time of the 6th century. Medieval genealogies that were found situate him as the brother of a Fáelad mac Dubh. My research shows that Fáelad mac Dubh was a king of Ossory and ancestor to other kings of the region up until the Norman invasion on Ireland. Moreover, the werewolves of Ossory were said to be the descendants of Laignech Faeland, thus making him their ancestor, but also he was to be the first original werewolf, as also stated in the Cor Anman when they said he was the first to go into wolf shape. He was said to be one of the fiercest warriors and the most powerful werewolves there ever was in Ireland. He was said to sire many children, thus continuing his lineage of being a werewolf, and that the descendants of the wolf in Ossory had the power to change themselves and devour people. And this was mentioned in the late 14th century book of Ballymoe. Some accounts connect the werewolf warrior Faeland as not a physical person who existed, but a group of fearsome warriors called Werewolves of Tipperary, who supposedly existed and flourished in the time and during the reign of Tigernmas. In addition, the Werewolves of Tipperary were said to worship and be followers of Crom Cruach, a pagan, bloodthirsty god of pre-Christian Ireland who was associated with human sacrifice, but apparently his worship was ended by St. Patrick. It is unclear whether or not the Werewolves of Tipperary were given the curse or gift of shifting by Crom Cruach, as it is never stated in any text found, but it is for certain that legend said that they worshipped him. They were said to be vicious half-men, half-wolf, who had the ability not only to fight like wolves, but to shift into wolves at will, and they dressed themselves in wolf skin, similar to the Ulfalnar, the berserker-like wolf warriors of Scandinavian cultures. The Werewolves of Tipperary were brutal to their adversaries when it came to battle, and that is why the Irish kings of that time wanted them on their side. It is said that the Irish kings of that time would hire them due to the country being constantly at war. But the thing is that these werewolf warriors would fight for any king, but only for a steep price. However, that steep price that they asked for was not gold, but something even more vile that I prefer not to mention in this video. But a king supposedly would be crazy to hire them because of their requests. Through my research, I could not find whether Laignech Faeland actually truly existed or not, or how he possibly became a werewolf. However, though, my research concluded that he may have been the king Tigernmas, because I found sources of the probable place of where he might have died, which is in Mexteg, where, along with his men, were slaughtered like herd stock. This was also the place where Crom Cruach was said to be worshipped by his followers. Moreover, whether or not the legendary werewolf warrior Laignech Faeland or the werewolves of Tipperary were actually real, their existence, which was deemed as just a legend, probably stemmed from regular wolves being a common threat throughout Ireland because of the numerous population, and Ireland was once deemed wolfland. In addition, wolves were commonly written about and thus associated with the activities of actual warriors in ancient Ireland, who may have adopted lupine hairstyles or worn wolf skins while they carried out raids, therefore making them have a long-standing presence throughout Irish culture and literature. If you like this werewolf fact video and you want to see more content involving my work in progress werewolf novel, During the Blue Hour, and videos involving werewolves, follow, like, share, but first let's start a dialogue. Do you think the werewolf warrior Laignech Faeland was real? Do you think his descendants exist today? I want to know, so let's start a nice polite dialogue in the comments below.